guys, welcome back to episode 19 of Vacancy at Vanilla's with me, your host, Vanilla. Thanks again for coming back for another week, staying with me. It's kind of crazy, every week you come here, you stay, you get a room at the villa. Every now and then I come knocking at your door dressed as the room service, but I don't actually have any food for you. I just want to come sit and trauma dump and hang out. Imagine. Genuinely, like, imagine if I actually opened up a villa one day. You order room service, and instead it's just me coming up to your room. And I have, like, like the silver thing. Like, when they bring you the room service at the hotels, it's like the silver. And I take it off, and there's just nothing. And I'm like, I just wanted to talk. Sorry. Honestly, that's kind of real. You know what? That's, like, a good way to get people in. You know what? If I was, like, ever in a position where I needed, like, an intervention, that would work for me. If there was like, if I was promised free food, like imagine you're somewhere, you're promised free food, you're promised like a really good meal, that immediately you could trick me into going to there. You know what I mean? That would work. You could trick me into going there. So I would show up, they bring out the courses and then they just unveil and there's just like nothing. And then I'm like, what the fuck? And then everyone just sits down and they're like, we need to talk. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? You guys promised steak and pasta and lobster. I would be pissed, actually. No, maybe that wouldn't work because then I'd be fucking pissed because I probably would have already came hungry. And then I would have been like, you know what? I'll hear you out, but I need the meals that I was promised. But I'll sit here and hear you out. And everyone's just at the table having an intervention with me. And I'm just like, so stupid. So fucking stupid. Okay, anyway. Hi, how are you guys doing? Sorry for that stupid hypothetical. It is Wednesday, of course, recording the pod on the day it's supposed to be out. You already know how we fucking rock around here, okay? Dude, I don't know what to tell you. I stream on Tuesday nights. I get off of the stream usually around like 11 or 12, and then I just sit there and I'm like, I could record the podcast right now, but I have also been talking on Twitch for the past 5 hours, so what the fuck else is there even to say? I was literally talking to my ex the other day. We were hanging out, and he was like, yeah, I'm so like impressed. I'm so impressed because you could just like, he's like, if I did that, I would be like, what the fuck else do I even have to say? Like after like one episode, he's like, you just always have something to talk about. I'm like, yes, because I don't know how to shut the fuck up. That is my problem, and you know that about me. Like this is not news. So that seems to be the case, and I do find a lot of times like I will struggle with like finding topics to talk about, but then I kind of just like sit around for like 10 minutes. I'll like look. This is my process. Like this is legit what I did for the past maybe 15 minutes before I started recording. I have a notes app open on my laptop right now that says topics, and I have stuff written down, and I'll kind of just go off of like stuff that's like happened this previous week. And since I have literally the worst memory in the fucking world, sometimes I'll go through my camera roll. My camera roll is like my brain in a weird way. Does anyone else like view it like that? Like if I need to like remember something that happened at a certain point in time, I'll just like kind of scroll through my camera roll in that like general area of, you know what I mean? Like that couple like week like gray area of what I'm trying to find. And I'll be like, oh, okay, I remember this happening. And then I remember this. Dude, it's so fucking bad. And they also say like people with bad memory, it could be like because of like trauma that you're trying to block out in your life. So I always think this is kind of like morbid. Sorry to get like morbid and deep. Ew, I just took a sip of my coffee and I like accidentally like sucked the tea bag a little bit. Ayo, sucked the tea bag is crazy. Oh my god, pause. Hold on. A little tea ASMR for you. Anyway, I this is kind of morbid, but sometimes I think I'm like, dude, did something like really really fucking bad happen to me and I just like have no recollection of it? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of effed up. Example, this was not on my this is what I'm talking about. I write shit down. This was not on my fucking little card to talk about today, but it just reminded me of something. My friend, I'm not going to name who it is, but I have a friend who told me a story about, I believe it's her uncle. who was married, never had kids, but married to a woman for, however long years. They both had very, very successful careers. Everything was fine. And he was having these like really, really bad, scary night terrors for a little while, to the point where he was like waking up in the middle of the night, like just having these night terrors out of nowhere. And his wife was like, maybe you should like go to therapy or like some sort of like like see what the hell's going on. So he goes to, I don't know if it was just, I don't know, whatever people can do. I don't know what the term, I'm sure some of you will know what I'm talking about. It's like some term, and they even use it, I think, in like interrogation rooms and stuff when they're trying to like make people remember like what happened. It's some sort of process thing, and I think it has to do with like looking around and stuff. I literally don't fucking know. I might be making this up. But they had him do like something similar to that, to try to like just uncover like maybe what is going on, like what's the root cause of this. And dude, he like remembered, and he had literally suppressed this his entire fucking life and didn't even like remember that it happened, but like your body, I guess, still like holds the trauma and the whatever. That when he was younger, he was a altar boy, I think, at a church, and the priest was doing things that priests get accused of sometimes, and it made him like have this whole fucking like revelation. And then he remembers like being, a little bit older, maybe in like his teen years, and like being attracted to men and being like, no, this is wrong, like this is like, whatever, and like suppressing that entirely. And he had kind of suppressed his whole life that he actually did like men, but he was like, relating it to that, I guess, and was like, no. And then he like just had this whole fucking revelation and was like, oh my God, like I'm literally gay. I'm gay, and I've been like hiding it my whole life. And they got divorced, and I mean, obviously like weird situation for the wife, but now apparently they're all like cool and it's fine. But he's now with a man, and he's been with a man for like however many years, and he's like super fucking happy. But isn't that crazy, dude? Isn't that nuts? And then apparently the priest, like, I guess a bunch of other men also came forward, like, and these are all men in like now in like their fucking 40s and 50s now coming forward about this priest. And then they like, I don't know, the priest got in a lot of trouble. They like took that fucker to jail, dude, I think, and then they all got like a big fucking payout or whatever. But even then, the judge in the courtroom was like this payout is not even like, it doesn't even like amount to a life worth, like a lifelong, like, having to deal with that shit that happened to you, whatever, like fucked up shit like that. I'm like, damn, that is crazy. So in the back of my head somewhere, I'm like, what if some fucking crazy cuckoo banana shit like that happened to me and I have no idea? And then sometimes I think really hard. I'm like, did something? I'm like, no, I mean, hey, you never know. But I don't think anything fucking happened to me, dude. Like, and then that's like, I'll be in therapy, and my therapist will be like, well, what do you think is the root cause of your anxiety? I'm like, girl, fuck if I know, bitch. That's why I'm asking you. What do you think it is, girl? I don't fucking know. I'm like, I don't know, bitch. All I know is that I went to Disneyland. I freaked the fuck out, and I had to get wheelchaired out one time. And and I've had many other instances like that as well. So that's all I know. That's why I'm here. If you don't know about the Disneyland story, go back and listen to the episode called I'm Scared of Disneyland Now. I think that's the name of the episode. Go listen to that, dude. Man. Disneyland is like the final boss for me. Me and my ex talk about that shit. My ex that I went to Disneyland with when that happened was not the same ex that I relate to right now, that I'm like talking about in this very moment. But he always is like, Disneyland, we're going to do it one day. It's the final boss. I know, I know you can do it. And it's so crazy to think that like Disneyland is like my final boss. I have to conquer Disneyland again. And I'm going to do it. One of these days I'm going to fucking do it. I'm going to do it. Just give me some time, okay? I'm still a little scared. I'm still a little scared. But yeah, if you tuned in last night to the Pitbull stream, yesterday was the 5th, 3:05. It's January, February, March. Why did I have to just think that in my head? It's March. So it was March the 5th, which is 305, which is Pitbull, Mr. 305. Oh my fucking God. Worst Pitbull impression ever. I can't, dude. Before I did the Pitbull stream, I was literally driving in my car to go buy the bald cap, and I was like, out loud, I was listening to Pitbull music, and I was like trying to like do the Pitbull impression. I'm like, I can't. It's just like one impression that I can't do. I don't know. Why am I saying one impression like I can do fucking impressions? I cannot do impressions. I cannot, unless you've heard my Shakira. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. We did the Pitbull stream in honor of hitting 305 subscribers and also being on the 5th, 305. I didn't even like realize that it was going to be on the 5th. So me and Pitbull are just like, Pitbull are just locked in. We're like this. Fucking for lifers. So the stream was fucking funny as hell. I actually did kind of look like Pitbull. Here, I will insert a picture if you missed the stream and if you're watching on YouTube right now. So get a load of that. Get a load of that guy. And then some people in the comments of the stream, they were like, wait, why is this kind of doing something to me? And I'm like, jail, immediately jail. All of you go go to prison. Are you kidding me? And then a lot of people were like, I'm actually scared. I'm scared of you. So it was a little bit of a mixed bag, it was a little getting some mixed reviews, but it's fine. And it was a lot of fun. And we're recapping our first month back on Twitch since like fucking 2020. And I'm almost at, I think I hit damn near 500 subscribers in the first month. I checked, I think I might be at 500 right now because I got some new subscribers yesterday. But first month back on Twitch, 500 subs. Dude, I'll fucking take it. That is a blessing. That is like, awesome. And when I applied for the Twitch fucking partnership thing, they were like, yeah, girl, you've only been streaming for like 20 days. Like, come on, we need a little bit more content from you. And I was like, okay, fair. But then I'm like, you know what? But look at how good I'm doing, Twitch. Come on, look at how good I'm doing. Give me my fucking partnership, bitch. I want a bigger cut. I want a bigger cut of my payout. I want a bigger cut of the payout. Give it to me. I own 50% of this company. So I don't know. I'm like hoping that one day I'll be able to get the Twitch partnership, but I just got to be on my P's and Q's, be on my best behavior. Even though I do be acting up on Twitch sometimes. God, we got to tone it down a little bit, maybe, we got to be a little bit more family friendly. No, I don't think that's the answer. I don't think that's the answer at all. But what else? Okay. Hello? Dude, sometimes I just, you guys listen to this podcast and I'm like, how the fuck are you guys entertained by this? Because literally half the podcast is just me going, can't even fucking get a word out of my mouth. Anyway, it's very gloomy in LA. Oh, it's raining now. Oh, fucking great. It's fucking raining now. Great, dude. The past like 2 weeks, it's been very much East Coast weather on the West Coast. And I'm not like mad about it, I guess. Like it's cool to like just be gloomy in the house. But I wanted to go to Erewhon today. And I know you guys are probably rolling your eyes. You're like, ugh, Erewhon. Listen to me. I maybe go to Erewhon once every 6 months. And I do it as a kind of a mental health, like it's kind of almost like a test study kind of a thing. I don't know what it is about Erewhon, but sometimes I just want to wear a very comfy but cute like sweatsuit, put on some sunglasses, very much giving like celebrity off duty. And I want to go into Erewhon. I want to order a ridiculously expensive $20 fucking Hailey Bieber, Emma Chamberlain smoothie. And I want to walk around a little bit. Maybe grab a little snack while I'm there. That'll probably add another $45 to the total. And then I want to leave. That's it. That's all I want to do. I want to get a ridiculously expensive smoothie and maybe a snack and then leave. That's all I want to do. And I don't know what it is, but something about it makes me feel a lot better. I've maybe had 3 Erewhon smoothies before, and they look really good on like TikTok and shit. And they're not bad, but the only reason why they're expensive is because they put like a lot of like supplements in them that are like, I couldn't even tell you what the fuck they're called, but just like, healthy fucking like vitamin this, fucking sea moss this, whatever. They just put a lot of shit in the smoothie along with like whatever fruits and bullshit they put in it. So they tax it. I'm not kidding. The smoothies are $20. Like they're literally like $18, I believe. So I just really want to go get an $18 smoothie today. And that's my business. You know, if I want to spend $18 on a smoothie today, that is my business. Okay. And if you were in the stream yesterday, you saw that I got a nice little PayPal. I got a nice little PayPal for $950 from my king, who was not to be named. It's the guy that found me on Twitch a long time ago from a YouTube video I did, and he don't even live in America, dude, and he be sending me money and he buys me bags, and that's my king. And I literally was like, oh my god, what if he comes in the stream right now and I'm dressed as Pitbull? That's so fucking embarrassing. He didn't, thank God he did not. So that's good because he still follows me on Twitch. But I got a nice little chunk of change. I said, let me go. Well, also, most of that money is going towards a wig because that was what I was like, can I buy this wig? I want a new wig. Because, I'm growing my hair out. As you can see, it's literally down to the floor. I know. I can't even, like, brush it. It's so fucking long. But I'm trying to grow the hair a little bit, and it's still too short to bleach it. I actually messaged a stylist that I've gone to previously. I messaged her yesterday, and I was like, hey, listen, I'm fucking sick of these roots. I need to be blonde again. I can't stand it. And I'm like, it's definitely not long enough. I was like, but have a look, have a look. And I sent her a video of the hair, and she's like, I mean, I could do it, but like, I'm definitely going to be like the bleach is going to get on the ends. That's already bleached. And these ends are fucking fried. So I'm like scared that they're just going to fall off. She was like, wait, maybe like another 3 to 4 weeks. And I think once I could be able to like grab it, I think it'd be good. So I'm like, I'm just going to wait it out, man. I'm just going to wait it out. I'm just going to thug it out. I just bought 2 more wigs. So, I'm going to be looking real good soon. I always say that. I always am like, wait for the glow up, guys. Wait for the glow up. And then it's just crickets. The glow up just never happens. And I literally was like, fuck it. I'll go for a walk today. I'll go for a little walk/run. So I say /run because I'm definitely not going to be running the whole time. I'll go for a little walk/run. Bitch, it's raining. It's fine. I have a gym in my apartment. I could just go down there and walk on the treadmill. But it's not as fun. I like to get a little fresh air. I'm like trapped in this fucking house all day. Okay, I'm actually not. I'm just like, that's my choice though. I'm here by choice. I'm trapped in this house by choice because I fucking stream or I do the podcast or whatever. I very much have free will. And I don't work until nighttime, except once every now and then, I'll do a day shift. But yeah, anyway, but I've just been feeling like spending obnoxious amounts of money lately, and I don't know what it is. I'm just like in an era right now where I don't know. I feel good things coming. Like I feel it might be me being delusional, but I don't know. Something is happening. Something big is happening. I'm moving in silence, even though I'm telling everyone. Something is happening in the universe right now that is for me, and it is very much in my favor. I could just feel it in my fucking butthole. Like it's just, I don't know. I know it is. So I know that even if I go, go a little stupid, go a little crazy, spend a little more money than maybe I should be, that it's going to be fine and it's going to all come back to me in tenfold. Like I just fucking know it. I just know it. I just feel it, dude. So I bought a new perfume. I bought a new perfume the other day at Byredo. Is it Byredo or Byredo? I think it's Byredo. Bought a new perfume from Byredo, Gypsy Water. Go smell it. It's good. It's very much like an everyday scent. I say everyday, but the bottle was fucking $250, so I'm definitely not be wearing it every day. But it's very much like a very clean. It's kind of light. It is really just a good everyday scent. If you haven't smelled it, go give it a whiff at your local Byredo. And then me and Rachel went to Aritzia, and she bought some cute little like workout like tennis skirt set. It was really cute. It was like a little white tennis skirt with a little white sports bra top. Um, and then I bought a few just like basics. You know me, I just love a good like black, like a good black t-shirt, a good nude, like I just got a few. They're like Skims material, you know what I mean? It's like just the high quality like basics. And so I got a few of those. Shit was 150, man, for three shirts. For fucking a bodysuit, a t-shirt, and actually two t-shirts and a bodysuit. 150 bucks. But it's really good quality. I do love me down some Aritzia. Thank you, Aritzia. Give me like a discount code or something, cause I be spending a lot of money there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, but I met Rachel up at the Aritzia, and it's an outdoor mall. And as soon as we got there, because we drove there separately, and Rachel really had to pee, so she was with her lovely, gorgeous, amazing daughter, Princess, her Frenchie. Her name's Lilo, but we also call her Princess. So she was with Lilo, and she gives me Lilo. She's like hands me her little leash, and she's like, I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. So she goes into like a restaurant to pee or whatever, and I'm just like standing there with Lilo, and of course a bunch of other Frenchie owners start coming over to me with their Frenchies. They're all hanging out. And I don't know what it is, dude. Lilo like knows other Frenchies. Like she knows that she's a Frenchie and she knows other Frenchies. Cause any other dog she fucking barks at and it doesn't matter. But she sees a Frenchie and she's like, hey gang. Like she just knows. It's crazy. So all these Frenchies are coming up to her. She's chilling. But the second she sees another fucking dog of any other breed, she starts bugging out. I'm like, oh my God. So then, I'm standing there, and then this bitch takes a shit right in front of a store, literally on the tile that was in front of the store, like right outside of their door. I said, are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And then I'm like, oh my God, where are the poop bags? Where are the poop bags? She doesn't have any more poop bags. I said, oh my God, I am so fucking embarrassed right now. OMG, there's so many people walking around. And I literally had to wait till Rachel got back so that I could give Rachel the dog back. So she could stand and guard the poop. And then I had to run back to one of the other Frenchies that we were talking to. Well, not the actual dog. I'm like going to the dog. I'm like, please, please. I go to the parents and I'm like, can I borrow a little bag, please? They're like, of course. I'm like, oh, thank fucking God. And then it was fine. But I'm like, oh my God, I'm holding this bitch's leash for fucking 3 minutes and she's already embarrassing me like this. Like, this is so embarrassing. Oh my God, this is why I could never have a dog. I don't know how y'all do it. Like, and when I first got Miso, I was like, okay, I'm going to make him an adventure cat. Like, the cats that be like surfing, like hiking. I was like, I'm going to make him an adventure cat. So when I first got him, I would like take him to the grocery store with me in like a little cat bag and shit. And he was just not fucking with it, man. He just was not fucking with it. He's still a little bit of a scaredy cat. He's actually more of a scaredy cat than Chai is, which is funny because he terrorizes my home. But the second another person steps into this apartment, he is hiding pretty much the entirety of another person being in my apartment. And he wasn't always like that. I mean, like, he'll come out eventually and, chill, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be like really, really like friendly. And then I had the maintenance people come one time and they had to fix some shit in my bathroom and it was really, really loud and obnoxious. And I think ever since then he has been like fucking petrified of when other people come into the apartment unannounced. But it's also funny because when I was in Joshua Tree around Christmas time, I had my neighbor like feeding the cats for like, Joe was just gone for like 2 days. And so if no one's in the apartment and they hear the door open, anyone could come in and they'll be like chilling, you know what I mean? But if they know I'm in here and then the apartment door opens, that's when they get scared. They're like, "Oh fuck, that's not my mom." But if the door, because my neighbor told me, she was like, "Yeah, I was like, "Oh, he might hide." And he was not hiding. He was chilling with her. He was like, "I don't give a fuck, girl. I'm hungry. What's tea?" So, yeah, he was like hanging out with her and shit. So it's just more of a thing where like if I'm sitting here and if someone were to like come in right now, one of my friends or some shit, like he would run for the hills. But no, Chai is like a little lover girl, man. She just wants to be like, pet, and she be all in your face sniffing you and shit. But he hides. And I'm like, you don't give that at all. Like when you're here alone, you are legitimately ruining my house. And right now he's sitting at the window. I keep looking over here because he's sitting at the window and he's just looking out at the rain, and it's very cinematic because it's very much giving Hillary Duff music video because he's just sitting looking at the rain and the raindrops are like falling down the window. It's kind of very cinematic. He looks very, it's very Usher, you know. He looks good. Speaking of that, oh my god, speaking of Usher, again, this is like my third time bringing up my ex. Oh my god, we get it, bitch, we get it. You have an ex. Oh my god. So my ex had this funny, silly idea that, I didn't know what the term for it was. It's called wheat pasting. I didn't know what the fuck that was. Okay. And you probably don't know what it is either. It's basically when you're walking in New York or LA and you see posters that are like hung up on the wall, but they use almost like a paint roller to just hang them up. It's like they'll do album cover promos. You know what I'm talking about? It's like they're just plastered on the wall. I said splastered. They're just plastered on like a wall or like a fucking whatever. And people do them for like album promotions or whatever. It's not like a billboard. It's just kind of like you're like walking on the sidewalk and they have them on the wall or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm talking about. Just Google, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Google wheat pasting. You'll know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So he thought it would be hilarious. He was like, this is what you have to do. You have to take a picture that is like an album cover. It looks like you're promoting an album cover or something. But instead of like having like the album name or something, it's just going to say podcast. It's just going to say podcast in big letters. And that's it. And he's like, and it's going to be hilarious. I was like, what? And then he was like, and then you just like TikTok yourself, like doing the process and be like, yeah, I promoted myself for my podcast, but did it as if I was promoting like a song or like an album or something. And he's like, and then the TikTok will blow up and people will think it's hilarious. I'm like, you know what? That's some marketing genius. And I can't even be mad because he's successful in his career with marketing certain shit. So, gotta listen to that. Gotta give it to the man. So I was like, you know what? That is actually fucking funny. And that's definitely up my alley. So, that's something that I'm going to be doing soon. And I just have to like take the picture and, have someone edit it for me. And, yeah, it's going to be good. And I'm going to hang it up somewhere in LA and I'll tell y'all where it's at. So you guys could go take pictures with it if you live in or around the area. And, it'll be pretty funny. So that's on my, that's on my list of things to do. And we were in the chat yesterday like trying to think of like ideas of like album cover inspos to use. We were like Jason Derulo, Usher, like very much that. Like it's pretty funny, So I'm going back and forth with wanting to do like a funny picture or wanting the picture to be like actually like very cunty gorgeous and then just have it say podcast. But I don't know. I'm still deciding. Hello? I just got a weird pop-up on my computer. Hold on. I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Itchy. Dude, let's just take a moment of silence. No, I'm kidding. The rest of the podcast, I'm like, let's just relax. Let's just stare into each other's eyes. I have no segues into topics. I stop talking about something and then I'm like, okay, the next topic is, but, this was on, okay, so I was originally talking about this and then I swayed away from it, but it was, me talking about like how I've been spending money a lot lately and how I want to go on a tropical vacation. I want to go on a tropical vacation, bitch. I'm 27. I've never been on a fucking tropical vacation except when I was like 16. I went to the Bahamas and that's it. And I've been to fucking Miami and like other shit, but I want to go somewhere tropical. I want to go somewhere where the water is blue. We talked about this a few episodes ago. Like I want to go on a tropical freaking vacation, dude. I just need to get over my fear of flying that has been stopping me from fucking doing everything. But I'm just like, I don't know. I've been like recently, like I said, like wanting to like spend more money and I've been like craving like, I don't know, like like experiences. Like I've been craving like new experiences and like just being in like new places and like, I guess meeting new people, but like, I guess it would be nice to meet new people. I'm always like open to meeting new people, but like, I am very picky about the people that I associate myself with. I am very picky. Like I know this I know it's a Virgo thing. I know Virgos are very, very judgmental. Like I can meet you and within like 2 minutes of meeting you, I'm like, oh God. Like I either know if I fuck with you or not. Like sorry, sorry. That's just you know what I mean? Especially too, like in a party setting. If you're just someone who's just a little too much for me, like that's cool. And girl, good for you. Good for you, girl. Be cuckoo bananas over there. But I just cannot deal with people like that. And at my old age, at my old decrepit age, I just cannot keep up with people that are just like partying like crazy. I just can't. I can't keep up. So I need to meet new people that are like kind of down for a lot of the same shit that I'm down for. Still want to do fun shit, but without like overdoing it. So it's just kind of hard to meet people that are like that because I feel like people are either like super straight edge or like super like fucking substance abusers. Sorry, did I clock a few of you there? Did I clock a few of you there? You know what I mean though, like just doing way too much. Like girl, like tone it down. Like I'm fine if I go out with someone and they have like one or two cute little glasses of wine, a cute little martini, a cute little margarita, like that's fine. But if you're like doing oh god, I can't be the sober friend that is just babysitting drunk people. I'm just so fucking over that phase of my life. I cannot stand drunk people. I'm sorry, I will say it. I actually hate drunk people with a fucking passion. I can't do it. I can't do it. It's just because I'm sober all the time, dude. What sober person do you know that's like, oh my God, I love being in a room full of drunk people? I love it. I love being in a room full. And it's different when you're sober because you like have to be sober because you were the drunk person before. But so that's like more like of a triggering kind of a thing. But when you're sober just because like, I feel like it's just more fucking annoying than anything. You're like, oh, I cannot fucking stand you people. That's why I don't drink because I don't want to be like that. So I've been like craving new things and new experiences and like meeting new people and like I would like to meet more women, um, or just anyone who identifies as like feminine. I would love to meet more feminine people. I would like to have a little bit more feminine energy in my life, because right now all I really have is Rachel, and then I have my friend Alex from Connecticut, but I don't really we don't really talk too much like on a day to day at all. But whenever we link up, we have a great grand old time. She came to LA twice, 2 years ago, and then another time like I think she came like maybe a little less than 2 years ago, and then she came a few months again after that, and we had like a fucking grand old time. Um, but other than that, like I mean, that's really it. Like as far as like people that I would consider like I'm close with, um, that's really it, man. And Ailey too. Ailey's another one of my girlfriends from out here. Sorry, Ailey. But yeah, I just would like a little bit more feminine energy in my life, and I don't really have that. And it made me. I thought of a situation that happened a few years ago when I first moved to LA, and I moved to LA with my ex that I was dating when I was living in Boston. That's the whole reason. If you know my whole fucking timeline, you know that I was dating a guy in Boston, and then we moved to LA. Not together. He moved out here. We broke up. He moved out here randomly, and then we started talking again. And he was like, "Just move to LA. Just come out here. I'll take care of you." Well, he didn't say that. He was just like, "Just come out here." Like just live with me and like whatever, it'll be great. I was like, I don't know, but I ended up doing it. So when I was living with him, and he was already on thin ice with me because I had taken him back after he was like kind of just like not a good boyfriend, and he was on thin ice, and he just was like he just would never do anything that was like thoughtful or like whatever. And I think I may have told this story on here. For Valentine's Day that year, it was like the first year that the flower bears came out, like a few years ago, and like everyone was like, "Oh my God, the flower bears!" You know what I'm talking about? And they're not even like real fucking flowers. They're just like a fucking bear that is made out of roses, and it's like shaped like a little bear, like a little teddy bear. And I was like, "Oh my God, I want a flower bear." That's all I said. I said, "I want a flower bear." That's all I want. And I mentioned it for weeks, but that's all I wanted for Valentine's Day. Morning of fucking Valentine's Day, he walks down to the flower district, which was very close to where he used to live at. Um, kind of like downtown LA area. He walks down to the flower district. So I know that there's a million stores that sell flowers. It's basically just a whole strip of streets that sell nothing but fucking flowers. Okay. So I know that he walked by a million fucking teddy rose bears. Okay. And he comes back with these flowers. It was just like these like long, I don't even remember if they were roses. They were like these really, really long stem rose situation, like some carnation. It was like roses and like other flowers in this vase and whatever. And no offense, but they weren't even like they weren't even like wow, like extravagant roses. I'm just like, even if they were extravagant roses, bitch, it's the fact that you don't fucking like why don't men just like pay attention? Like, oh my fucking god, like if that shit like that pisses me off. Like, bitch, I'm literally telling you, like, if I like someone and if you tell me one time that you like something, I'm remembering that for fucking ever, dude. I would like to say that I'm a very good gift giver. I would like to pride myself on that. I am a very, very good gift giver because I know what you like. If I care about you, I know the fucking things that you like. Like, you know, especially if I have the budget to like ball out on it a little bit, dude, my gift giving is like that. I love to give a good gift. You know what I mean? And like watch them open it and be like, oh my God. My best friend Sam is like that too. He's very much a gift giver. Like he loves to give a good gift, and he's the same. He's very good at giving gifts. Like out of all the men that I know, he's probably the only other man that I know that is very he you know, if he likes a girl or whatever, or even with me, like his best friend, like he knows, like for my birthday he got me a fucking awesome present. Like out of all the men that I know, like he's probably one of the only other men that like really do like gift giving, and that genuinely is like his love language. But it's not even about the gift, it's just like the fucking like the fact that bitch you don't pay attention, right? So I remember he got me these fucking roses and I was just like, thank you, you know, whatever. And I think I don't remember if this was that time or another time. No, I think this was another time. Yeah, so then I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then that was it. I was like kind of like rolling my eyes like to myself. And a few months later actually down the line, I had even said like, "You never do anything like thoughtful, like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like you don't actually care. Like you never do anything like, you know, whatever." And I had mentioned that to him, right? I had mentioned that to him. And then literally later that day he came home with a fucking I don't think he got the flower. He just got flowers in general because this was like way past Valentine's Day now. He just came home with flowers in general, and I literally was like, "Oh, thank you." Like, and I still seemed like, and he was like, "What? What's wrong? Like, what? I got you the flowers. I literally got you the flowers. Like, this is not what you wanted." And I literally was like, "Yeah, but it's just like, you know, kind of like a little too late now." And he literally took the flowers, dude, and he threw them. He threw them at the wall, and the flowers. And then I got upset and I started like crying a little bit. And he was like, "Oh, don't cry about the flowers now. Don't fucking cry about them now. They're fucking you new fucking." I'm like, dude, oh my fucking God. So stupid shit like that. But the other thing that I wanted to bring up before that flower incident happened, this was, you know, after the Valentine's Day flowers, I had a friend who was a girl who was also the first girl that I was intimate with. And also put a pin in that. I need to remember that. Let me write that down after. Let me really write this down because I want to mention something. Okay. Because I want to put a pin in that, okay? This was the first girl that I was ever intimate with, and it was like you know, your first women experience, usually one that's like kind of authentic. Dude, that shit was like the bomb diggity. That shit was just awesome, dude. Like, I'm sorry, like it really fucking was. That shit was the bomb diggity. And yeah, it was just like intimacy, like on like just a different level, you know what I mean? Just everything was just so different, right? And I was like, wow, this was fun as hell. Anyway, so we're not going to get into that. Maybe we will. So, you know, we were intimate once, and then that was really it. And then we still were like really good friends, and like nothing else really happened from there. Because at the time she had a man, and then it became a thing where like her man wanted like all of us to do something, and I was like, yeah, I don't really know about that, whatever. But it was fine. We were like still really good friends, and everything was cool. And she's a sweetheart, and like love her down, right? So when she found out that I was moving to LA, she was like, "Oh my god, give me your address. Like I want to send you some stuff." And dude, she sent me this little box that she like personally curated for me, and she wrote a letter in like the most gorgeous handwriting and like different color pens and markers, and like she got me crystals, and she wrote down a little thing explaining what each crystal was, and she even painted me like a little mini canvas. That she's like an artist, so she painted me a little mini canvas and she signed it. And there was just so much thought put into this box, and I still have it. It's literally right over here. It's legit like here. And it's just like everything about it. And I remember opening it in front of my, well, was at the time my boyfriend. And I was opening it in front of him, and I was just like, oh my God. Like, and this is like, just coming from her as a friend. And I was like, and then I'm just kind of looking at him, and he's like, wow, that's so nice of her. Oh, that's so fucking nice of her. And I remember in that moment, dude, just being like, you piece of shit. Like, if that is not like the perfect example of like a woman's touch, like just like a woman's touch to everything, like if a woman just puts her like touch on anything, it just looks better. Like you could tell when a woman designed an apartment, like you could tell when, like, there's just something about a woman's touch. Like, and I don't mean physical touch, you fucking horny bitches. I don't mean physical. I mean, like, when you put your little touch here and there of something. Just everything about it, dude. And I'm just like, man. So that I just wanted to talk about that. Also, wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. I wanted to talk about another instance where I was, again, the cuckoo bananas guy that I dated that was like really, really sexy. The piss guy. If you guys know, you know. We're not going to get into that. That was a Twitch conversation. We're not talking about it again right here. But if you know, you know. So this was a guy that I dated, and I've talked about him on here. We were like dating, but not really dating. We were never like actually together, but he would tell me he fucking loved me, but he had a girlfriend like the whole time. I was like, what the fuck? Found that shit out, told her. She like wrote a book about it, and then broke up with him, and now they're back together. And I don't know if they're back together like still to this day, but she got back with him after that. I said, oh, you're fucking stupid. I felt bad for her at first, and now I don't. Anyway, that's the guy. So this guy, I remember like back in the day, we were hanging out at his house one time, and we were just having a conversation about like, whatever, because he was bi, and we were having that conversation. And I remember being like, I remember saying something along the lines of like, and again, this is like very, very early into like, we were not even fucking dating, dude. We were just like hookup buddies. And I said something because I'm an open book, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Did I cross a line? Maybe, but I don't give a fuck. Because he's over here talking about, he was literally telling me experiences that he's had with other men. And I literally was like, so we're already on that conversation. And then I was just like, yeah, like honestly, some of the best sex that I've ever had was with a woman. I said that, right? And dude, he was just like, so you're going to sit here in front of me and tell me that? And I didn't back down. I was like, yes, I am gonna sit here and what the fuck? Like, did you think that your sex changed my fucking life? Because I promise you, it didn't. Like, did you like what, dude? He was just one of those guys that was just so fucking obsessed with himself and just loved having his ego stroked by any means. Like, he would literally date anyone as long as they stroked his ego. And you could tell that's how his ex probably was with him, the girl that he was dating and that he's back with now, because she's like very, very wholesome, and she seems very like she has no boundaries. Like, it just seems like she doesn't know how to put her foot down. Like, no offense to this girl, but from like the stuff that I've seen about her, whatever. She's like too nice. She's too nice. So I already know that she's probably like just like, oh, whatever, very much that vibe. And he was just like, so you're really just gonna sit here like, and he did, dude, he literally did not talk to me for the rest of the day. He was so pissed that I said that, and I was like, oh brother, get over it. Boo, boo, get the fuck over it. I'm like, oh my god, literally, like, that's a you problem. If you're pissed off about that, that is a fucking you problem, dude. So that shit was funny. But yeah, so we're going to take our call for the day. Sorry, I've been kind of ranting on about a million random things. There's been no segues. I've just been literally talking like we're on fucking FaceTime, but that's kind of how it always is, you know, around the villa. We're going to take our call for the day, though. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Get the phone over here. All right, Vanilla's Villa. How can I help you?
Hi, Vanilla. Love you. I could listen to you talk for hours. Okay, strap in, babe, because I need some advice. I'm 25, dating a 30-year-old. Mind you, we've been dating for about 5 or 6 months. He broke up with me the day before Thanksgiving because I was sick for 3 weeks with like a stomach condition, and we weren't intimate for those 3 weeks, and he needed intimacy. So we ended up talking about that and like moving through that. But recently, his house burned down. His house burned down, girl, and his dog died in the fire. Like, what the fuck? And then he knowingly got me sick during all of this, so I was sick for 2 weeks with the flu, and had to go to the hospital because of my weakened immune system. And anyway, he goes, I just really feel like I needed you, and you weren't there for me during those 2 weeks. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know what to do. And he's leaving for Florida, and we live in New Jersey right now. He's moving to Florida after all of this, and I don't know what to do. I don't want to break up with him. I've never broken up with anybody before. I'm a lover girl. I'm a Cancer sun, Scorpio moon and rising. I don't know what to do. I want to know what you would do if you were in my shoes, or if you could give me any advice on the situation. I just feel so attached, and I feel guilty, and I don't know what to do. So please help me if you can. I know this is a lot of information. I'm sorry for trauma dumping, but I love listening to your podcast. Okay, bye.
Dude, some of you, like I said, I thought that I've had crazy stories when it comes to people that I've dated, but some of you really just top me sometimes. She said, I'm a Cancer son, I can't. Bitch, you are a, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Who the hell's calling? No, there will be no calling on the podcast. You are a pushover sun. You are a fucking delusional moon, and you're like, no, 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 no. None of that. Absolutely none of that. First of all, okay, let's unpack this. Let's unpack this. Because we're not going to blame this on your star sign here. Babe, you need to put your foot down. And if there was ever a time to stand on business, now is the time. So you're telling me that you had a stomach thing for 3 fucking weeks that lasted for 3 weeks. That must have been obviously fucking hell for you, because having a stomach issue for 3 weeks to the point where you can't even fucking see your boyfriend must be really bad. And then this man tries to tell you that he needs to break up with you because he hasn't gotten his dick wet for 3 fucking weeks. Are you fucking kidding me? While you're over here sick as a fucking dog, and he's worried about getting his dick wet. First of all, let's start there. Then the man's house burns down, and his dog was in the, okay, if the dog, I don't know if the dog made it out the fire or not. So RIP if the dog did not make it out the fire. That is very, very sad. Obviously, that is a shitty thing to have happen to anyone, that your fucking house burns down, and like if you lose a pet or something, whatever. Horrible. Terrible. Right. Understand that. You guys, you move past the stomach thing, whatever. And then now you're sick again around the same time that his house is burned down. And then he has the fucking gall, the fucking nerve, the fucking audacity to say, I just really feel like you weren't there for me when I needed you. Bitch, where the fuck were you when you were worried about putting your wiener in some punani when I was sick as fuck? And now I'm sick again. And granted, your house burnt down. That fucking sucks. But bitch, I am not in a position to be, I'm sick as fuck. What do you want me to do for you? I could be here with you over text, over call, you know? But bitch, what? Oh my fucking God. Like, you have the nerve, the absolute fucking nerve. And then this man, and then the universe is literally like, here, girl, we're going to move him. We're going to move him to another part of the country. Here, you're welcome. And then you're like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to break up with him. I don't want to. I'm so sorry to this girl. Love you. I'm sure you're a great girl. But, you know, I'm going to give it to you like it is. And this is how I am with my friends, too. This is how I am with Rachel. This is how I am with Sam. This is how I am with everyone. I'm a fucking bitch. But because I love you, okay? I'm a bitch because I love you, okay? Does that make sense? I'm a bitch because I love you. That's be the name of the episode. But, like, you just got to understand. I can't sit here and do this anymore. I'm going to start yelling. If you don't fucking let that man go, and I promise you, listen to me, I'm promising you, this is not a threat, this is a promise. The second that man touches down in Florida, the second that he gets off of that plane, the second that he picks up his bags from the baggage claim, he's going to unpack his stuff, and I'm going to promise you the first thing that man is going to do is open up Tinder, and he's going to swipe. Oh, he's going to swipe, babe. He's going to swipe on everyone. And he is going to get some coochie. I promise you that. Because if that man could not go 3 fucking weeks while you were sick as a dog without fucking getting some poon, oh, I promise you he's going to be all over everyone in Florida. Actually, if you live in Florida right now, lock your doors. If you live in Florida right now, please lock your doors. The killer is loose. The killer is on the way. I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you like this, but that man is totally going to cheat on you. Hope this helps. Hope this helps. And you're probably young, and you probably, you know, like you said, you've never had to break up with anyone. You're a lover girl. But girl, oh my God, put your fucking foot down. Holy shit, put your foot down. Put your foot down. Put your fucking foot down now. Because he's probably thinking like, oh, this is cool. Whenever I go back to Jersey or whenever she comes to Florida, like, cool, we could just like pretend like we're together and like cool. But when she's not here, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I promise you. And I'm not saying that every long distance relationship is like that, but I could already fucking tell off of how he reacted when you were sick, and then he tried to make himself, I mean, he was the victim when his house burned down, but then he tried to make you feel like you weren't doing enough when you're also sick again. Oh my God, girl, the signs are there. And literally, like I said, the universe is legit like, you know what, girl, here, we'll take him out of your life for you. You won't even have to do it yourself. And then now you're like, no, I don't know. Girl, if you don't break up with that man, I swear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for yelling. I love you. Just know that I'm doing this because I love you, okay? He's got to go. He's got to go now. And I know it's easier said than done, because obviously you hear these stories of people being in like shitty relationships, whatever, and you're like, well, if that was me, I would da 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 da. And then you be in this situation too. Trust me, bitch, I was Boo Boo the Fool at one point too. I was wearing the clown shoes. I had the makeup on. I had the fucking nose. I had the hair. I had everything. I was Boo Boo the Fool once as well. I have definitely had clown shoes on in my day, you know? And honestly, in some instances, not even that far in the past. But definitely, I have worn the clown shoes at once. But since then, I have hung up the clown shoes. I've hung them up, okay? They're in retirement. They're never coming back out, okay? I promise. I know once you get feelings for someone, you kind of like look past that shit, you know, whatever. You get the hard eyes and you look past all the red flags. But please, for the love of God, please. And I get so many calls about shit like this. You guys will literally be like, hey, Vanilla, my boyfriend fucked my best friend and then told me that I'm like a stupid piece of shit and that he hates me. Should I break up with him, or like, what do you think? Because I really love him, and he's like, honestly, he's a good guy. These are the type of calls that I get. I'm like, oh my God, girl. I just can't. I can't. And I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry that his house burned down. I'm sorry that he maybe lost his pet. But the signs are there, mama. The signs are there. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? Thank you. I hope you enjoyed your stay at the villa. This bitch is never coming back to stay at the villa. This bitch is never checking back in, and she's going to give me a 0-star Yelp review because I just yelled at her. But like I said, I'm a bitch because I love you. Okay. Um. Wow. Holy shit. Okay. I don't even know how long I've been recording for. I don't know how long this episode is. Usually I take a look at the time. Don't even fucking remember. So I guess that's where we're gonna wrap it up. This episode was kind of a doozy, as they always are. And sorry for I kind of like stuttered a lot in this episode. I'm a little self-conscious about that, but you know what? Like I said, no edits. You get the raw, unfiltered vanilla. You get vanilla real and raw every week. I give it to you raw. What? Every week I give it to you raw? Oh my god, cut that out. Someone cut that. Someone acting like I have a team here. Someone cut that out. No, I don't want to tell them that I give it to them raw every week because that's not going to go over well. But yeah, you know how it is. I give it to you good and raw every week, baby. Oh my god. Okay, I need to stop. I need to shut the fuck up. Okay. All right, I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye.